under the state's law, if there is common law marriage, for alimony. But they were together for only 3.5 years. The alimony would, if it was even granted, would be for a very short period of time. Most states, I think you have to be married beyond for a certain length.
7 years.
Well, it depends on the state, but you have to be married for a certain period of time before you can get alimony, and the length of the marriage would determine how long the alimony payment is being made. In any case, she can't recuperate the money for the cost of the move, this sort of thing. But it's really interesting that all these women saying this would like fucking laugh in a dude's face if, as a guy, you take a girl out on a date and she's not interested, and you're like, oh, can you just Venmo me the $20 that I spent on you for the burgers or whatever? So like, I think that's really interesting, that component. And then I think the other component is shit, what is it? Oh, I don't think, it's interesting, like, y'all women, you'll if you're not into a guy, like, it's done.
Yeah.
And like, if you'd probably clown on a dude if he was kind of upset. Oh, like, I took you on a date. Oh, we've been dating for a month. Oh, we've been dating for 3 months. Oh, we've been dating for a year. It's like, if he's all butthurt about the breakup, like, he can obviously be upset, but if he's gonna like go and make some fucking video or get all bent out of shape over the breakup, most women are not gonna be pleased with that sort of situation. But it's weird to me, like, why do you, and look, I know it's not all women, but why do y'all feel so entitled to a relationship? And I'll paint it like this. In the same way that women are not vending machines that you put niceness tokens into or date tokens into, and it pops out sex. Women are not sex vending machines. Men are not relationship vending machines. So regardless of the investment that you've put into us, we don't owe you any sort of continuity. I don't care if we've been dating 4 years. If I've made a determination that I don't want to date you, you're gone. And I don't owe you anything. In the same way that if you wanted to dump me for any reason or no reason at all, you would do it, and you don't owe me anything. So I don't think just because you've been in a relationship for three years and that she made this move, and she totally exaggerated, like, okay, she took off months of work to move. It doesn't take.
But
That's
Brian, what about her improv troupe?
Her improv troupe, and she only gave up, Andrew, half of her music career. She said she gave up half of it. Whatever the fuck that means. I don't know.
What about her improv troupe, though, Brian? You seem to be forgetting the strong bonds that happen inside of improv troupes. Very strong, life-altering, life-changing bonds that last forever and ever from your improv troupe.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. It's, to me, because I
know I could never leave my improv troupe, Brian.
It's hard.
How about you?
I actually used to do improv when I was like 19.
I thought theater was a red flag.
I am a red flag. So anyways, no, it's
well, used to.
Yeah, I gave it up. No longer have the red flag.
Could you imagine if that video was to the flip side and it was her, like, with a little tune, like, and then I packed up and then I left him because whatever, I didn't like what color socks he was wearing on Tuesday. The internet and the comments would be like, hell yeah, you go girl, boss babe. Like, the comments would be so different if the video was her leaving him instead of him breaking up with her when she got there.
Yeah.
And also, if he would have made that video, the whole internet, this is so wrong, and the view to make this video of her, like, how dare you put her on the internet even though you blurred her face. Like, if the shoe was on the other foot, it would be so different.
Yeah, it would be like, oh, he's kind of like, whoa, he's really intense. Like, yeah, look, tough buddy. She wanted to break up with you. Like, that, it's a really good point, and it's the point I'm trying to make. Like, imagine a guy's like, man, I took her out on 3 dates and she didn't give me pussy. They'd be like, so? Like, a girl doesn't owe you sex because you took her on 3 dates. A guy, just because you put some degree of investment into the guy, doesn't mean he owes you continuity in the relationship. I think the big thing, though, is like, look, the criticism here is like, why did he do this after the move? Maybe he could have dumped her before, but we don't know. Like, maybe he was all in on the move and wanted to keep seeing her. I think people reserve the right to end a relationship at any time. And so maybe he made a determination after the move. Maybe he saw like, living with her in one location where she's comfortable, she's cool. But like, she's a fucking head case when we're actually stressed out and have to do a move. I don't want to deal with a girl like that. Who knows, post-move, and then he ends it. But we don't know if that's actually the case. But what is interesting is people could say, look, he should have broken up with her before. But if like he only came to the determination, let's say he only came to the determination that he was over the relationship after the move, how can you fault him for ending? Like, what is he supposed to do? I guess I'll keep fucking her for 3 months and then I'll dump her. Yeah. What's he supposed to do?
Also, like, you don't know what, like,
anybody?
There's missing context. Like, clearly, I mean, I do think it's weird that he wrote her a note after 3 years. Like, that's pretty weird. Like, maybe this guy exuberated some red flags before that happened.
I don't think you've been dating for 3 years and you live together. You pass
them a note like it's first grade. Like, do you like me? Check yes or no.
But maybe that demonstrates that he just doesn't know how to communicate, so he just writes it on letter.
But that being said, if he didn't know how to communicate, like, I knew that my ex didn't know how to communicate prior to me moving to Australia, and I just accepted that. I either accept that he can't communicate or I'm out, and I accepted that he can't communicate. She must have known, but 3 years in, prior to moving, that this guy is a little goofy in his communication skills. So
you could tell that she was all for him. She literally started building furniture for him. Like, she was all in, and maybe she was like oblivious to the little signs that he was like giving that he's not in it because she really wanted it, and then she got the note.
Who's to say he wasn't in?
He wasn't in. Yeah, he was. So I mean, he could have met somebody.
These are all assumptions.
He could have met somebody that he deemed a better option. She could have said the wrong thing on the wrong day, and it was just, again, like that straw that broke the camel's back. Anything could have happened, but because it's from her point of view and her perspective, there's missing context in that video. That video and little tune was made just to like shame him for breaking up with her.
Yeah. Also, if that guy, if anybody knows who he is, I want him on the show. I'll fly you out. little vacation from Texas to Santa Barbara. I will fly you out because the internet dragged this guy. I want his side of the story.
Right.
I will fly you out. I'll cover your expenses. We'll have him on the show.
Yeah, because she painted like such a nasty narrative, especially like making it with the tune. She's like, I obviously I don't know if she knew like how the algorithm works, but like, you know, like that's how you get people to like you, like just to be funny and witty, and you know, painting that narrative is like fucked up.
I think
Where
crying.
was the funny and witty part though?
Well, her emojis, the emojis in the song, like that was her way. That was her comedy, or her way of being funny and dealing with the trauma.
That song sucked, didn't it? Like, it was terrible.
It was some like artsy hipster, thrown together kind of thing.
I also think that women that cry on the internet, I think that women's tears are only truly like true, honest to God tears when they're by themselves. If you can cry into a camera, I don't find it to be like very legit.
Well, yeah, it's like, oh my God.
It's like, it's like, and then they put the phone down and they're like, all right, where are we going for dinner? It's so like, women's tears are only real when they're by themselves, like into their pillow, having like a real actual meltdown. And you don't call anyone, you don't call your best friend, you don't call your mom, you have your little emotional meltdown and cry in your bed alone. If you're posting it on the internet, they're fake tears, or it's just, I don't know.